It's just really there's nothing worse, really, than looking back on your life and realizing that you've lived someone else's life or that you haven't lived your life for yourself. It's honestly, if it's documented as the number one regret of the dying. And we want to try to get off on the right foot, even though, as we've talked about, your plans might change. And there's this idea that if you pivot, you're starting from scratch, and you're actually really never starting from scratch. You are always coming with what you've learned previously and a new perspective and like the experiences that you've had previously. So I just want, I would love to help people like rework their definition of success and failure and courage and like what they want out of life and recognizing that they have more power and capacity than they think they do.
Yeah, you mentioned a very powerful word throughout this episode, which is adaptability. And I think that is at any age, that's a person's superpower, you know? Like I look at my parents now and they're about to be grandparents for the first time in retirement. They have to become now adaptable. They're going to be much busier than they thought they were going to be in retirement. They have to adapt to that, you know, and all those sorts of things. And the young person's the same way. You adapt from the high school to university, university to your next job. Or if you don't go to university, you go to a trade school or you decide you want to go right into the workforce, or there's so much adapting there. And then you are the person who can sort of pivot and make changes and do things on the fly. And then you become a person that people can rely on and you build that credible evidence and all these sorts of things. That's like such a powerful word and a superpower for anyone. Anyone can develop it. You already have evidence in your life, even if you're like 16 years old, that you've adapted.
Right. And I think what's important is that most people don't actually recognize that they have the evidence already.
Mm.
And I think one of my biggest pet peeves is calling these things soft skills, because this is what is important. It's adaptability, it's communication, it's flexibility, it's creative problem solving, it's resilience, it's grit, it's all of this stuff that is what is, I think, the most powerful, and what are the skills and tools needed to move forward. That is what's going to help you succeed in your life. And so I think, yeah, I fully agree. Calling them soft skills is doing a real disservice, and recognizing them is in your life. It's hard because you don't necessarily want to like big up yourself, maybe, or maybe you think that everyone else is doing it, or maybe you think that it's not big enough, but it's really important to recognize and hype yourself up.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for tuning in to that clip. If you enjoyed it, then you'll love the full length episode right here. Right here. Click it. Go ahead.